Homeland Security not fazed by Newsom's threats, writing on X, "To be clear, we will not comply with Gavin Newsom's unconstitutional mask ban." Trump border czar Tom Homan, sir, I mean, it just is so dumb. How about they worry about getting actual criminals off the street?
You're exactly right. So the answer to what are you afraid of? We're afraid of politicians like him, who's compared ICE to terrorists and Nazis and just horrible names, which gives that fraction on the left, not everybody, but that percentage on the left, it empowers them to attack ICE. Attacks up over 1,000%. The reason we're a mask is not only the agents being doxxed over social media, their families are. And I understand they need to protect their families. And look, I got numerous death threats myself. I don't wear a mask because I don't care. I'm the border czar, come at me. Yeah. But the bottom line is they're trying to protect their families, and you said it. Meanwhile, where's the law that unmasks Antifa or the protesters that throw Molotov cocktails or rocks at the vehicles? Where's the legislation for that? So as far as the state legislation, I'm not a lawyer. I leave it up to the Department of Justice. We'll see how that fares with federal law always trumps state law.
100%. And your federal officers, too. Is like, I'm interested to see how he's going to try to enforce this one. But as these immigration crackdowns, obviously are escalating, in order to keep our city safe, I might add, Chicago protesters storming this ICE facility, okay? They think they can interfere, and they think they're justified. There's like, they now have congressional candidates out there getting body slammed. They say, oh, I'm a victim. It's like, well, don't stand in the way of a federal vehicle while they're doing their job.
You're exactly right. And President Trump said weeks ago, zero tolerance. If you put a hand on an ICE officer or impede his efforts of enforcing the law, you will be prosecuted federally. And Pam Bonnie's assured us that they will take these prosecutions and go at it hard. I mean, President Trump called me one day, and when he saw stones being thrown on our vehicles, he says they throw a stone, they go to jail. They cross the line, they go to jail. They spit on them, they go to jail. This is zero tolerance. And if people are angry at what ICE are doing, then why don't you go protest Congress? Because ICE is enforcing laws that Congress enacted. They're not making this up.
Yeah, but they need somebody to be mad at. All right, sir, I have to ask you this. MSNBC and a lot of other Dems are piling on this, that you allegedly took a $50,000 bribe from an FBI undercover agent. Trump, obviously closed this investigation. A Justice Department appointee called the deep state probe earlier this year. Caroline Leavitt, obviously also coming to your defense. Roll this.
Mr. Homan never took the $50,000 that you're referring to, so you should get your facts straight, number one. Number two, this was another example of the weaponization of the Biden Department of Justice against one of President Trump's strongest and most vocal supporters.
Oh, sir, what is the story with this, and where did it come from?
Well, look, as the Justice Department said, I did nothing criminal, I did nothing illegal, I did nothing wrong. And this is a series of hits against me since the beginning of the year. There's been hit pieces about every week. There was a hit piece on my security detail saying I had 31 security detail. I'm wasting millions of dollars. I had about a quarter of that. I think I had 8 security detail at the time. I had a 4-car caravan. I had 2. Another story about I'm helping certain companies with their contracts. Here's what people need to understand. Day one of the administration, when President Trump asked me to come back and we entered on duty, I met with ethics attorneys, and by law, you're supposed to recuse yourself from any company you had affiliations with before. But I took it a step further. I recused myself from all federal contracts. I won't have any decision-making in any federal contract, but people, including this recent case, people are saying, I'm going to line the pockets of people. I signed that declaration. I do not make decisions in any federal contracts. And just so people know, I make about 18% of what I made in my company to come back and serve my nation. So my family's took a sacrifice. I've taken a sacrifice. I'm back here doing the right thing. The hit pieces keep coming, but I know who's chumming the water. I know who keeps throwing this information out, and the media jumps all over it. And they're going to see some legal actions real soon. I'm working with the legal team. I'm done with it. They can attack me all they want, but we're going to take action.
Yeah, I don't know what these people think, that they're just going to poke the bear and people like you aren't going to level the playing field afterward. Mr. Tom Homan, keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.